Hey, this is Amanda from The Fundamental Home, and today is Wednesday, and that means it's Worthy Wednesday. And today I am talking to you a little bit about being encouraged to start new things. I have been thinking about doing a lot of different things lately. One of my pet projects is a book, which is like, don't even get excited. That's like so long in the future that it's not even funny. But I love to write. I mean, I had a blog before I started YouTube, and I really enjoy writing. Since I've been doing YouTube, I haven't had much time to write because, believe it or not, making videos takes a lot of my time, and even though I don't do a lot of fancy editing or anything. So, but besides that, I've been busy with the end of homeschool year stuff and just all of the excitement that's come along with everything that I'm doing. But writing kind of beckons me. If I'm not doing it all the time, I kind of feel my fingers get itchy, like I have to type. You know, I'm not a writer with a pencil and paper. Like some folks, I have the typing bug, and I just feel like I gotta type up something. But I kind of get it all out on this Worthy Wednesday videos because I can talk about things that are on my mind and not just practical, helpful suggestions, which I try to do in all my other videos. But anyway, so I have talked to a few other people lately who have pet projects and things that they want to begin. And people talk to me often about starting blogs and starting YouTube channels and writing books and doing other things that interest them. And one of the things that I hear from people a lot is that they are intimidated with the idea of getting started. I am not that person. I am the kind of person that jumps in head first, and it, like, you know, kind of blows up in my face sometimes. But I do hear from people a lot about how to get it going. And my advice is just to do it, just to get started. I was watching a seminar, like a free webinar thing on writing a book. And there's a gentleman who was speaking about writing books, and he was talking about this. He was talking about how people talk to him about how to get started, and he said he also has people who talk to him and they're critical of his books. He said, you know, they'll look at it and they'll pick it apart and they'll say, oh, you have run-on sentences here and you have this and you have that. And he said, but you know, it's my book, and I have a book. And these people who are worried about run-on sentences, they want to have books, but they don't even have a book because they're so caught up in all the details and wanting it to be perfect that they never actually accomplish the things that they want to accomplish. And the thing is that doers will always be more successful than thinkers, right? It doesn't matter how many great ideas you have. You guys probably have way better ideas out there than I do. I know that you probably think that sometimes when you watch my videos. But you know, the difference and the reason that I'll be able to reach people is just that I put mine out there. You know, for better or worse. And so, you know, you have to kind of be willing to just make that jump, make that leap, and put yourself out there in order to have people hear the message that you're trying to get out there. Because the fact is that we're all trying to communicate something. We're all trying to share the gifts that we have. There was I used to work at a business, and there's a gentleman who worked at that same business who pretty much did everything for the business. I mean, he pretty much ran it. It wasn't his business, but he ran the business. And so one day he was talking about how he'd love to go ahead and start his own business one day because he's running this other one. And I said, well, why don't you do that? You know, you should. You're doing all of this. You should have your own business. And he said, well, what if I fail? And I said, well, you might. The first businesses, most of them do fail. I said, but then start another one, and second businesses usually succeed. And he kind of looked at me like I was crazy because I was willing, you know, in my mind, I'm like, what's the big deal? Go and try and fail and then try again. But some people aren't willing to do that. You know, they aren't willing to fail, and they aren't even willing to put something out there that's not perfect in the first place. You know, Ricky's a very talented artist, my younger son, and I'm kind of pushing him because he's a very talented artist, and he's a good writer, and he's perfectly capable of putting a book out there. It might not be perfect, but he could put something out there, but he wants it perfect. He wants all of his art to, like, he wants to go study art for years before he even puts a book out there. And I'm like, but you know, what you have is better than a lot of things I've seen. Why not put something out there? Somebody might enjoy it. They, you know, might be a good thing. And he's just caught up in that whole idea of just getting started. But I hear it with moms too. Like, I know so many great moms with great ideas that want to do things, like I said, blogs, YouTube channels, books, different things that they want to do, and they're intimidated with the process. They're worried about perfectionism, and so they just sit there and sit on their dreams for years. You know, oh, another great one. This is the summer, and a lot of people talk to me about homeschooling this time of year. You know, they say, oh, I've been thinking about homeschooling for a long time. I really want to try it. They say, this summer, I'm going to do it this summer and see if I can do it with my kids at home. And if I can, then I'll do it during the school year. But you know what happens? It's the summer, and nobody wants to do school during the summer. So it's a half-hearted effort. They don't really do whatever that they're supposed to be doing. They say, oh, well, you know, I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. Jump in, people. Just jump in. You know, you're not going to be successful if you give it a half-hearted effort. You have to actually say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to just go ahead and make it my responsibility, and when you have to do it, you will do it. You know, you'll be surprised at how good you can be. You'll be surprised at how well received, you know, the homeschooling is with your children. And if you don't do it, then what happens is you'll put it off for another year, and next year you'll think about it again, and you'll put it off for another year, and the next year you'll think about it again, and before you know it, it'll just be one of those things that never happens. Never happens. I have my own other dreams, right? My garden. I haven't even shown you an update on it because I'm so ashamed of it, it's not even funny. But here's the deal with me. I had a bad garden last year. I tried it again this year. I had a bad garden in the spring. I'm gonna try it again in the fall. I'm just gonna keep going for it. You know, I might never actually raise anything worthwhile, but I'm gonna keep going for it because, I mean, dreams don't happen if you just sit and think about them. You have to try. So anyway, this is Worthy Wednesday because I know that there are some of you out there who are holding off on the dreams and the things that you want to do. And this is summer. This is the time that we really, you know, take a step back and take a break and reevaluate and think about things we're going to do for next school year. Stop thinking and just commit to doing it. Just say, I'm going to do it. You know, if you saw my first blog, the blog that I have is not my first blog. The first blog that I had was just a free one that I built myself. Didn't have any clue what I was doing. I just put it out there, and it wasn't great. But it gave me the courage to keep writing, and it really super helped me to understand how much I love writing. You know, it gave me something to write and a place to write every day, you know? And then my current blog, which is like my 5th or 6th blog that I've ever had, that's also one that I built. It's self-hosted, and it's way better than my first one. Way better. Tremendously better. But it's still not a professional blog. Go look at it, you will see. It's not a pro blog. So it's not a pro blog. But you know what, it's mine, and I built it, and it's not perfect, but that's okay. You know, it's out there, it's doing something. I'm gonna keep writing on it when I have some time. And my YouTube channel, I don't have everything perfect on that. I'm just gonna keep doing what I do. You know, I don't have these perfectly edited videos. I'm not super polished. You won't find that here, probably not for a very long time. But I have improved. If you look at my first videos to now, I think I've gotten a lot better. So anyway, Worthy Wednesday. You guys have dreams. I know you do. Everybody has dreams. Just do them. Just do it. Just get out there and make it happen, you know? Don't be caught up in the what ifs and the it's not perfect. Just go out there and do it, and it's gonna be great, right? So if you have dreams, I know you do, you can share them in the comment section and I'll pray about them for you. And I am excited to think that we can all support one another and encourage each other, and all of us just head out there and do the things that we want to do. You know, it's gonna be good. So that's this week's Worthy Wednesday. I have a ton of videos coming up for you, and I am going to bombard you with them. Because I actually filmed one yesterday and then I didn't get a chance to get it up. So be prepared for that one to come out. And I have some other things. I have a Fitbit tag that Trish did that I want to make sure I get up for you. I got my Fitbit on today. There it is. So we're Fitbitting it. I'm gonna do that tag, and then this Friday, I normally announce the Frugal Family Food video for the week. Well, guess what? The person that was scheduled to do Frugal Family Food is not gonna be able to do it this week. So I am going to do this week's Frugal Family Food. And I think that'll be good because a lot of people have been asking me about different recipes that I've done. I'm not sure which recipe I'm gonna do yet. So definitely if there's one that you'd like to see, put that in the comments and I'll see about making that one. But I think I have an idea of which one I might do. I'll tell you what it is. I've had a lot of requests for ham pot pie. Now I have not made ham pot pie with the gluten-free flour. So it'd be kind of an experiment. But there could be other ones. I've had a lot of people ask me about curry. So many things. My chicken soup. So you guys let me know if there's something that you would like to hear or see me make, and I will put a video out there for that. And I also have the video coming out with the laundry soap. So there's a lot of videos being made. Just be on the lookout for them, and I have more than one a day. Hope you enjoy them. So anyway, you guys have a good Wednesday. I'm going to hang out with my husband who is off. And I will see you guys tomorrow, or very soon if I get the other video up. All right, I'll talk to you later.